Hey, Chris. It's Alec. How are you doing?
Hi, Alec. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm expecting a call in a couple of minutes. So, okay. Well, what else is on your mind?
Well, saw you made an apology video. So, thank you for that. I'm a little concerned that maybe you didn't cover all the points that I talked to you about. I think, you did apologize, but I'm not really sure that people are going to understand exactly what you were apologizing for. Because you mentioned you said, I apologize for some of the things I said. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Well, I'll make it more specific in the
I'd appreciate
details that go along with the video. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that tomorrow.
Well, I might appreciate that. I also do think that, like we were talking about Evan yesterday, I think it would be a good idea to mention him specifically in the apology video.
But Simone stays.
Well, that's between you and Evan, but as far as I know, he's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, you can relay that to him.
I can let him know, but like I said, I think you should really hammer that out with him. Because, like I said, it is on the quickie there that you did get Simone as a direct, inspiration from Simon Chu.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll fix that tomorrow as well.
Well, like I said, Chris, you can't really go back and change history. What's there is there. You know what I mean? I understand you said that it was that you were making fun of Evan with that, but I mean, you wrote it as if it was true.
Actually, I never was making fun of anybody with that.
Well, I thought you said yesterday that you meant it as a mockery of Evan.
No, I did not.
You did not?
Yes, I did not.
Okay, so why then does the Simone article say that it was inspired by Evan's work?
Well, that does need to be corrected, and I will correct it tomorrow.
Okay, I'm asking why it was there in the first place, though. You know what I mean? Because this has caused a huge, hubbub, and it's just
anyway, it will be corrected.
Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that you use Simon Chu as inspiration. I'm just trying to warn you, Chris.
Right.
You've been, I'd like to kind of talk about me a little bit. I think I've been talking to you about your issues quite enough, honestly. If you don't mind, I'd like to bring up, I'm a little angry with you, Chris, for a number of reasons. You've been calling me naive quite a bit in our past couple of conversations, and as I understand, you consider that to be, one of the worst insults that a person can call someone, but yet you use it on me repeatedly.
It is my least favorite word of all time.
Well, why did you feel it was appropriate to use it on me?
Because
I don't consider myself.
Because you do not have as much experiences as I have had. You have not been deceived by trolls. You do not have a page that slanders against your good name, turning it into a mockery.
Really? It seems to me that Wikipedia itself has turned into a page to slander me. What do you have to say about that?
I'm sorry, I did not understand that last statement.
It seems that the Wikipedia itself is turning into a website to mock and derail me. I saw your Mailbag 50 that you uploaded, which was, an ideal mailbag in your eyes, what you want questions to be. about. And as far as I can tell, the entire purpose of that mailbag was just to talk about how much I suck and how much better you are than me. Is that really what you want your mailbags to be?
Part of the way, but those messages are actually real, and they have come from a Sonic Youth fan forum of those that are still loyal to me, and they actually felt that way.
All right, but it's not totally representative of all your letters when you only have letters talking about how bad my comic is.
Yes, but you see, for one thing, you don't go off the topic with issues like homosexuality or mislabeling me as a homosexual.
How can you go off topic, really? Because people are just asking you general questions. There really wasn't a topic to begin with. I mean, people ask you questions about subjects maybe that are a little unpleasant to you, but that's just because they want to know things.
Yeah, but then at those points, I cannot really answer those questions, now can I?
Well, I don't know. I mean, why can't you answer those kind of questions?
Because they were complicated to me, and I could not really comprehend them fully to come up with a sound answer.
Okay, well, could you give me an example of a question that's a little too complex? I'm just curious.
Take any one of the letters I had deleted or moved to the reject section. Just read that.
I can't really look at the letters you've deleted, but I can look at the rejected ones, I suppose.
Actually, you can. You just have to go into the history tab for that mailbag.
Well, that's a little inconvenient.
For one mailbag, I have all those mailbags. It becomes obvious, any time before I answered and edited it.
Like, well, I can just come up with a general topic, I guess, as an example. People have been asking you, I don't know, about Rose Chew, for example, with that whole gender nonsense about the Raichu being a male and things like that.
Yes,
and I know you said that
the Raichu was actually female.
Well, I take your word for it. I don't want to get into that because we did draw that out last time. So,
okay.
I think that you seem to get stressed out when people tell you how much they like my comic. Now, if I were in your shoes, I would take that as a compliment because my comic was inspired by your work. But you seem to think it's a bad thing that people like me at all. You seem to want people to hate me.
Yeah, that's another thing. They confuse your character, Asperchu. They're saying that it's my character, when I have to tell them that it's not. That character is your character.
Well, I don't want people to think that. I understand that, definitely. I've been telling people, Asperchu is original and is not related to you or Sonichu in any way. Yeah. So we can't reach everybody, but we're definitely trying. Because people still, to this day, write me and think that Asperchu is a parody of you, and I mean that's just not the case. So I do understand your annoyance with that subject.
Yeah.
Because I do
Okay, listen. Okay, listen. I gotta go. I'm expecting that call. Well, I'll talk to you another time.
All right. I do have one quick question. When I talk to you, you usually want me to call you right about 9:30. Is that right? But usually I try to call you then, and you don't answer. Is that still a good time to talk to you?
Yes, unless I'm updating the Wikipedia, which in that case I cannot get to my phone.
Okay.
And last night, I actually was updating the Wikipedia.
All right. Well, I've tried to call you several nights before that as well, and got no answer.
Okay. Well,
I know you weren't uploading.
Yeah.
I know you weren't uploading pages.
I actually was uploading pages last night.
Well, last night, not the previous several nights.
Yes, but it was still 2 pages a day, 3 days. There you go.
I still got to recommend that you try for consistency over just bulk quantity, Chris.
Yeah, well, my biological clock has been changing. It's making me go to bed earlier.
Why is it changing?
Things.
Is there some big change in your schedule? I mean, have you started a job or anything? Because sometimes that does it.
I just been crashing earlier. I used to stay up till about 4:00. Now it's like I'm crashing before midnight.
Well, that's still pretty, late. I mean, I usually go to bed like 11. I still get paid as up.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll talk to you another time.